Hi everyone and welcome back to the SendPulse channel. I'm your host Alex and today we'll continue our discussion on sales narratives. In one of our previous episodes, we discussed what a sales story is and why you need it if you want your business to grow and gain success. If you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and click the link above. We will wait for you. Good. And in today's video, I'll share my tips on crafting a perfect sales narrative to help you sell your product. Essentially, sales narratives are stories you create to make your product desirable and convince your customers to buy from you. They establish memorability and trustworthiness, forge emotional connections with your audience, and ultimately increase chances of closing a deal. But what exactly makes a sales narrative successful? Think of it like crafting a gourmet dish. It requires some essential ingredients. So in today's episode, I'll discuss 4 key ingredients that will help you craft a compelling and effective story that sells. Let's take a closer look at each one. First and foremost, don't jump into inventing a plot for your story right away. Until that, you'll need to identify your target audience and their pain points to figure out your prospect's needs, interests, and desires, and to determine the audience's friendly language they really understand. In other words, your narrative must be customer-oriented, so you need to do a thorough research on your future customers' interests to be fully prepared to win their hearts. And once you've collected all the necessary info, you're on the road to crafting your great sales narrative. Here comes the next sales story requirement. Your narrative must be clearly structured. Gustav Freytag, a German novelist and playwright, believed that the stories become more understandable for the audience when they follow a strict structure. Such structure helps listeners build a mental picture model of your narrative, which makes it easier for them to follow along. By following a clear structure, you can efficiently lead your audience through a story and achieve your main goal, selling your product. If you look at Gustav Freytag's narrative arc, you'll see that any story has 3 main parts: the beginning, the middle, and the ending. The story beginning is where you grab your prospect's attention and spark initial interest in your brand. A compelling hook can do wonders here. It can be a provoking question, an anecdote related to your business, or some surprising statement or statistics. In the middle, introduce the lead characters and the main conflict or challenge they face. Describe the events in logical sequence with growing tension and suspense. This will help you keep your audience emotionally invested. And then, there is climax. This is where you introduce your product and make your customers believe that your brand was created specifically for them. You address their needs as if you've always known your audience's wishes and had the solution to make them real. Your story ending should demonstrate how the hero overcomes the problem or conflict using your product, convincing your prospects to take the action. And finally, the logical endpoint of your storytelling should be sealing the deal. All in all, always keep the story logical and consistent to hold your prospect's attention and avoid getting confused when retelling it. Only personalized stories have the power to capture our imagination and incite empathy. Emotions are our decision-making drivers. Harvard Business Review, in their new Science of Customer Emotions study, discovered that emotions influence 50 to 80% of our buying choices. So you're gonna need to make your audience connect emotionally to your main character. And the best way to achieve that is to show that they get into the same situation and face the same problems as your potential client. That's why you should create a character with similar attributes as your current prospect, so that they could feel in the shoes of your story's hero, and then illustrate how your product or service helped them overcome similar challenges. This will help your customers visualize the value you provide, which is the crucial reason to come up with a sales narrative in the first place. You can build your hero from the previous customer and their experiences working with you. Use real-life examples resonating with the prospect's perspective to build trust between your brand and your buyer. And make them simple and easy to grasp, just like the Starbucks did with their "Every table has a story" ad. Last but not least, your narrative has to be tested and practiced. Crafting a captivating narrative requires a lot of practice. To deliver your story successfully, you must be 100% sure of what you say. The National Geographic article, "The New Science of the Brain," reveals that our brain forms new pathways when a task is repeated often, optimizing the skill's performance and raising our confidence. It's like learning how to ride a bike. You can't take part in a competition if you've never tried riding. So storytelling, just like your muscles, requires a lot of training and practice, even if you're an experienced salesperson. And once you've applied all these tips, you are ready to start the show. We assure you that by using these 4 ways to craft a strong sales story, you will achieve your goal and your potential buyer will become your loyal customer. Now, how do you manage the influx of new prospects? With SendPulse, this sales and marketing automation platform has everything you need to effectively nurture cold leads into loyal customers and boost sales. SendPulse's Automation 360 will allow you to connect with your customers through a multitude of marketing channels, including email, SMS, web push, and chatbots. Automatically guide your contacts through your sales pipeline, manage all marketing channels, deals, and user data from a single CRM system, and build a loyal community of paying customers around your brand. And that concludes our today's video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with the latest development in digital marketing world. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and of course, feel free to leave your comments, questions, and suggestions below. See you soon.